Well, let me tell you my story, Senator Gillibrand. Because I grew up in Oklahoma. I wasn't a gun owner. I grew up a son of a single mom, didn't have guns in the house, didn't really think about it that much. My first exposure to this whole debate was when I fell in love with a single mom in Camden, New Jersey, when Camden, New Jersey was the murder capital of the United States of America. This was back in 1996. And there was a night that we were on the phone. We racked up some pretty horrendous long-distance phone call bills for a few months. And it was getting around towards midnight. And I distinctly remember hearing gunshots through the receiver of the phone. And when I said, hello, my wife didn't respond. But the woman who would become my wife didn't respond. There was no answer. And I was shouting into that receiver. We had really just started talking. I didn't know her address. I didn't know where I could send 911. I didn't know what to do. So I didn't go to sleep that night. I woke up, didn't wake up, 8 o'clock the next morning. As soon as her office opened, I called her office. And she answered the phone. I was gobsmacked. I couldn't even say anything. And when I finally spit it out, it was, blah, blah, the gunshots and you wouldn't answer. What the heck? Or worse to that effect. And she said, I fell asleep. And I said, what do you mean you fell asleep? There were gunshots. I heard the gunshots through the phone. They had to have been real. And she said, I live in Camden. She said, gunshots are like crickets here. I don't even hear them anymore. Now, New Jersey, Camden, New Jersey in particular, Senator, has and had back in the 1990s some really restrictive gun control laws that made it virtually impossible for my wife, a single mom at the time, to actually be a legal gun owner. She didn't have her own car. She would have had to make multiple trips on public transportation down to the local law enforcement office, get her firearms ID card. And then she would have had, I guess, bum a ride to a gun store because she couldn't take her firearm on public transport. Not to mention the additional governmental fees that would have been put in her way if she tried to buy a firearm. I came to this issue because I care about somebody, because I love somebody. And I realized that those really restrictive gun control laws in Camden, New Jersey didn't do squat to protect the woman I loved. They kept her from protecting herself and her kids. The gangbangers that made Camden the murder capital of the United States didn't give a damn what the gun laws were. But my wife, who was worried about being kicked out of her apartment if she were to be found with a firearm illegally, worried about having her kids taken from her if she were to illegally obtain a firearm, those laws prevented a good woman from defending her babies. So don't tell me that support for gun control is predicated on who cares more, because that is a false argument. And your attempts to try to villainize and demonize millions of law-abiding, lawful, good Americans will be fought and combated on this program each and every day if need be. You're not going to lie about these NRA members, and you're not going to lie about the effectiveness of your gun control law proposals. Not without getting called out for it.